miles and miles of forest or woods, whatever. Is it a forest or is it a wood? It's a forest if it's miles and miles, isn't it?
It's a pretty big area. I would say we're right on the edge of a forest.
Yeah.
So there's wildlife, there's trees, nature is just...
It's all around us. Yeah. We're in the perfect setting.
The air is crisp and clean and...
Yeah. You know. The other thing before I... as I was told to go, as I was losing, because I went through and I lost my business, I lost everything in this process, and a lot of us do. So just after going on YouTube and etc., and I lost my cake business, my wedding cake business. I think one of the very last cakes that I actually made, which always stuck in my mind anyway, was this beautiful 3-tier wedding cake, and it was covered in sugar paste maple leaves, which always stuck out to me, but I didn't know why.
And Canada is
home of the maple leaf. I'm surrounded by trees, maple trees, at the moment. So, yeah. Have we covered everything?
Okay.
Yeah, we might write a book one day.
Yeah. Movie rights. We gotta get
yeah, whatever.
I think that's covered pretty much everything we wanted to say, I think, if we haven't forgotten anything.
Probably. We've probably forgotten loads. It's been beyond unbelievable.
The week this has been.
It's like packing a lifetime into a week. That's what it feels like. We've had like a lifetime of downloads in, and realizations and shocks and surprises and unconditional love in the past week. So, yeah.
Neither one of us planned it. Neither one of us thought this was.
We did plan it though. That's the problem. It's our own bloody fault.
Oh, okay.
We were completely responsible for this. This is what we planned. This was in the contract. This is the way it was supposed to be.
Just didn't know we planned it.
We just didn't know because we can't remember. But universe and spirit have kicked us on our ass this week with the signs and synchronicities and the way things have gone and the messages coming through and the downloads and the realizations and spirit is pretty much working constantly through us now. We have an awareness of... We are actually being told what's coming up before it happens now. We have that awareness.
We know it's...
Within it, we know what's coming.
We're being told.
And we know what we're being told. And we know why we're being told.
I wanted to say, too, that Danny was concerned about how some of her subscribers would take this big change in the way she's been talking lately. So she's concerned that people would be confused, and she didn't want that.
Yeah.
She was to the point, right off the bat, she said, I can't put this out. I can't put this out.
Not yet, not until we've completely figured.
But
then last night happened. Because at the point I was going to leave last night, it was like, yeah, I think we're twins. I think this is it.
Well, we came to the conclusion.
But we still had stuff to work out.
Even if we throw somebody for a loop, we still need to put this story out.
Yeah.
We are... I think we're aware that it could change somehow.
In a good way, actually, in a positive... I don't see it either.
I don't see what could change, but...
Except there's now 2 of us on here, not just little old me, because...
But she was just concerned about her subscribers, and she didn't want to throw anybody confuse anybody or send anybody who really is just learning.
Just me, because I over-worry.
Yes, she does. Anybody that was just learning about asking questions and just basically started on the twin flame experience, didn't want to throw them under the bus. Like, what are you saying now? Like, this is as much a surprise for us as it is. Again, we're just blown. They're just blown away.
Completely blown.
We can imagine how some viewing this might go, what are you doing now? Like, is this whole different? Yeah, it is different. But we felt we needed to put this out for anybody else that is surprised.
For those of you,
as we are.
because I need to say as well, as a twin flame, you're getting synchronicities quite a lot of the time, and you're getting them at different planetary aspects, and as energies come through and as you go through your evolutionary growth of things, you get those synchronicities and those signs through. You can have them anywhere. You can have those with who you think is your twin. You can have them with in the supermarket while you're shopping. You can have them in all. It's not. Those messages are coming through once you are with your twin. The synchronicities go, and they're not synchronicities. The guidance. This is pre-guided things that are now coming through to us. We're now being shown exactly which direction we're going in.
And now we understand that.
And now we understand. We actually have that conscious awarenessness of that.
Yeah.
The synchronicities that we think are random are now becoming more and more significantly guided for us. They're not all random. Like, hey, I saw 11:11, and hey, we saw a butterfly, and hey, none of that is. We're now being pre-told what's going on. So, and all the people staring at us in the supermarket the other day, that was their recognition of two twin flames who are meant to be in twin flame union, finally in union.
They seemed to know it before we did.
They knew it before we did. They were staring at us, big style. It's because of we have our own energetic signature. We have our own. We're putting light out into the world, and we are part of this process and part of the event and part of going up into the age of Aquarius. But once the twin flame energies merge together or come together, it's pretty huge. It's huge.
Yeah,
it's huge.
We were joking last night.
Telepathy, we already are telepathic. We just didn't realise it was us that we were talking. We were talking to each other, but we didn't realise it was us that we were talking to each other. So.
True that.
Yeah.
So we figured we just wanted to put this out there as a follow-up to everything that's gone out before.
I'm now flying this afternoon, this evening, so we're going to have to make sure I'm not late this time. But everything's going to go perfectly, and I'm going to get on the plane tonight because I had to leave on 11:11, just as I arrived on 11:11 in California, and just as I arrived here with you on 11:11.
Mm-hmm.
So today's the right day to leave now. Everything had to happen the way that it happened, And
again, if that flight she got on the plane and the first time, and
we still would have been confused slightly because it was the wrong date. We were trying to work out the numbers in the car before we.
But if she'd have flown out,
I was like, no, that doesn't make sense.
We'd have never come to this. We wouldn't have had that conversation.
We would have done because we would.
Eventually.
Well, no, because Spirit would have just thrown up another situation, another orchestrated event to make us see.
We argue back and forth.
They would but they would have done, wouldn't they? It would have happened at a later date or something. But in all honesty, it just had to happen this way.
They would have worked something.
They would have worked something out. If we were that stupid to miss it the first time, they'd go, "Oh God, here we go. Yeah. Let's set up something else. Let's orchestrate something else so that they do get it." But it might have taken a bit longer, but that wasn't the way it was going to be last night. I was not allowed on that flight last night because we had to have this realisation before I went home again, so before I flew back to England. So the way things stand at the moment, we've got details, we've got stuff to work out. Rob will be over in England soon.
Yeah, maybe late
for a
summer.
Holiday, so maybe late summer.
Some family things coming up in July, and looking at maybe August, maybe early September.
And in the meantime, we're going to start going through the questions that you're putting down about your own journey, about what's going on with you. We'll go through as much as we can, and we're doing our job. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing now, and we, just because we're going to be in Canada and England, we've got Zoom. We can make recordings. We can still do that. I'm still doing readings. I'm still doing healing and clearings. All of that. None of that has changed. The relationship readings and everything, and they actually should be one hell of a lot stronger, one hell of a lot. Now we're in union. The connection is, spirit connection is getting stronger by the second at the moment, to the point where we're just being spirit led, and that's it. There is not much. There's not much 3D left. There's not much 3D of us left now.
I expect to get that in. That should get even stronger over the next little bit.
Yeah. So yeah. Which also means we're up into 5D and beyond as well. We've now shifted that high. We're there. So, yeah.
We covered everything.
I think we've covered everything.
Like
yeah.
Danny says, we could.
You won't see this until the last one, but they'll be going up in sections because we're on an iPad.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not set up here at my place.
Not yet, but we will be.
For video, so
we will be.
We're hacking through with an iPad, and
that was the other thing that psychic said to you, that people would be coming to you.
Yeah. The original psychic, it was 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, shortly after my wife passed away. The psychic I saw, and he's actually pretty well known around this area, so he's fairly good with his information. He had said that I would I've lived in a more urban community, and this place was always our summer holiday cottage when my wife was here.
Until he was told to move here permanently.
Once she passed away, just started to come into my head, why do I need to work? I don't like this job. And the idea of moving up here, selling the house in Cambridge, in Ontario, and moving up here full-time started popping into my head. He had said, yes, you're going to move. There's no question you're moving. So, so I'm being placed. It seems like.
And I'd also told him in readings he needed to move. It was time to move.
Yeah.
It was time to put the house up for sale, without actually realising why I was being told to tell him that.
Yeah. He also said that there would come a time when I would be helping people. He said people will come to you. You won't have to source them out. They will find you. And they would be coming with questions, with concerns, and about spirituality and what they're going through. And not that some that I might be able to give answers to, but mostly just to point the way and say, okay, if you want to know something about some kind of conspiracy or some kind of spiritual thing, here's a good website to sort through that on your own, and see if you can come up with the answers that way. And he said that you're going on. You noticed that we was talking waves. He said at sometimes you'll be navigating 6 people, then there could be a dry spell, and then you might get another 4 people, and then there might be a dry spell. So.
And when he said that last night, as soon as he said like the lull in between and then the several people coming through, I just said, you mean like waves of awakening people, waves of ascension? But that's what he was saying.
That's what he was saying.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're done. Gonna have a cup of tea now.
Okay.
Coffee.
Yeah.
No. Cup of tea. Something.
Okay.
I need to get ready for the flight this afternoon, so...
Yeah, so again...
Keep pouring the questions in, and...
we'll do our best to...
We'll do our best now.
We
should be pretty good now. We're pretty hot, more as a team together now than just me on my own. even though me on my own, when I was doing it, he was still working through me, and I was still working through him. So
that's true too.